Warning: the flowing VDEO am not stable for children and contain swear words. It will also give you a boner that may or may not ever leave. I hope you enjoy my VDEO and please leaving liking and subscribing so my channels will be beating Falcon lovers. Thank and enjoy.
Alright everyone, it's story time. In this story, I will be sharing with you my experience platinuming Bethesda games. Now, I've only recently gotten into trophy hunting, but I've been loving it for the roughly 2 years that I've been doing it. But the story that I want to tell you takes place around a year ago. You see, after platinuming a handful of games that were relatively easy and fun,
Yeah! Yes! 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 We got the platinum!
I wanted a bit more of a challenge, or a grind, so I decided to platinum Skyrim. Skyrim was one of my favorite games of all time for the longest time. I have so many fond memories and hundreds of hours poured into vanilla Skyrim alone. I thought in my platinum hunting frenzy, this is a great game to platinum, as I suspected the grind would be relatively challenging, yet rewarding, and overall, I have to say, I really enjoyed platinuming Skyrim, for the most part. It was the most challenging platinum I had sought at the time, but I loved the game so much it was a joy just to be playing it again. However, after having achieved the platinum, I felt something quite unexpected. You see, I played the shit out of Skyrim. To death, really. And after platinuming it, I really lost the desire to play vanilla Skyrim ever again. Which is okay. I guess no game is ever meant to last forever. Besides, I had spent more than enough of my time in this game, and I'll treasure it forever. I felt at peace with the thought of never playing vanilla Skyrim ever again. Modded is a different story, of course. After my farewell to vanilla Skyrim, I thought to myself, what shall I platinum next? And it hit me. After having said my goodbyes to one beloved Bethesda title, the only right choice would be the next beloved Bethesda title. And so it was decided I was going to platinum The Elder Scrolls Blades. And so it was decided I was going to platinum
War never changes.
Now, I actually have some of my fondest memories in gaming playing Fallout 4. My brother and I spent all weekend playing it when we first got it, and it's some of the most fun I've ever had gaming. With fond memories like these, I thought I was going to love this platinum and achieve it in a respectable amount of time. And ladies and gentlemen, to this day, I still have not platinumed Fallout 4. Let's talk about why. And so it began, my journey to platinuming Fallout 4. I created a character, played through the intro, and immediately started trophy hunting. It had been a while since I'd last played vanilla Fallout, and I was honestly having a really good time. It was incredible being back in the wasteland and exploring this rich open world that Bethesda had so carefully crafted. The good memories were flooding back to me. All the interesting side quests, cool enemies, and the settlement base building mechanic.
And one of the great things about having a fully dynamic game engine is all of this just works.
All of it was getting me excited for the journey I had ahead of me. A lone vault dweller on a mission to seek revenge against the murderer responsible for the death of his wife and the kidnapper of his son Sean. One man could change the course of the wasteland, and once and for all... what the fuck? Okay, no problem. Let's just boot up the game again. One man would change the course of the wasteland once and for all. Okay, let's boot up the game again. Only he had the motivation necessary to bring peace to this desolate... for fuck... What? I lost 3 hours of progress? Son of a bitch! So yes, once I had reached the downtown area of the map, my game began crashing. A lot. Sometimes that meant losing huge chunks of progress. What? I lost 3 hours of progress? And I don't need to tell you, when you're trying to platinum a game, time consumption is a huge worry for a lot of us who can't devote all of our game time to grinding out platinum after platinum. And unfortunately, the crashes were only the beginning. Corrupted save files due to autosync issues, frame rate dips, soft locks or infinite loading screens when using or quitting after certain menus, the game freezing or crashing when leaving interiors or exiting the Pit-Boy, broken UI, heavy load times or unusually long waits in menus. The list goes on, and all of this added up to a pretty miserable experience when time consumption became a pretty big worry of mine. I wanted a challenge and a grind, but nothing that completely wiped away hours and hours of progress. I'm sorry, but this just wasn't fun anymore. Whenever a gamer challenges themselves, they expect to be rewarded, even in small ways, for the effort they put into the challenge.
You serious?
Having so much of my progress be for nothing meant that I wasn't being properly rewarded for the time and effort I was putting into the game. Of course, I don't like doing things I've already done. Not because I died and forgot to save, but because the game doesn't technically function.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
At this point, the platinum was looking really unappetizing, and the more I played, the less I wanted it.
Holy shit! We'll always love you! I can't believe you did this to me! God damn it! How could you do this to me?
As I played more, the bugs and crashes became more frequent, to the point where I would have dreams and see the game's crash screen. Night after night, day after day, I began noticing all of the problems the game had, and perhaps always had. Was the game always bad? Was I blinded by the hype train Todd Howard had created and my love for Bethesda games? No, Todd wouldn't lie to me. Todd loves me. He would never lie to me. Say it, Todd. Say it ain't so. Todd, tell me you love me. Tell me you would never hurt me like this. Todd. Todd! Now, I know what you're thinking. It's a Bethesda game. It has the Bethesda jank. It adds to the charm. Usually, I would agree with you. But this isn't usually. This story, in all honesty, is the story of how I came to resent Bethesda games. I'm sorry to all of the Bethesda fanboys out there, but the more I noticed these technical problems, and the more they were actively inhibiting my ability to get the Platinum Trophy, the more I retroactively saw that Bethesda games are trash. Now, saying this hurts me more than you could ever know. I loved Oblivion and still do. I loved Skyrim and still do. I loved Fallout 4, and a part of me still does. But the truth is, these games all have serious issues, and I'm about to tell you right now the reason I never got that Fallout 4 Platinum.
The Benevolent Leader Trophy in Fallout 4 requires reaching 100% happiness in any settlement. This is achieved by providing for settlers' basic needs: food, water, beds, and defense. Building high-tier stores like clinics, assigning settlers to work,
Slavery.
and then using a sleep-and-wait strategy to get the final percentage points.
Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, not if you're like me and decided to attempt achieving this trophy in
Sanctuary Hills.
You see, I didn't know this at the time, but it's basically impossible for Sanctuary Hills to reach a 100% happiness rate. Okay, maybe not impossible, but really fucking hard. And I did the research, and here's why. Permanent or special settlers dragged the average happiness down. Mama Murphy in particular is called out because she takes up a settler slot but doesn't really work to support the settlement. You selfish bitch, which makes hitting 100% much harder. Sanctuary also has Jun, Marcy, Sturgis, Codsworth, Dogmeat, the Minuteman motherfucker, which bloats the population and complicates assignments. According to a PSN profiles thread, Sanctuary Hills is much harder specifically because of these permanent residents. And also, the happiness bonus is watered down by too many people being in one settlement. So things like stores, dogs, statues, all add a fixed happiness bonus that gets divided by the number of settlers. So a layout that pushes a tiny settlement to 100%
Approved.
may stall in the 80s to 90s at crowded Sanctuary Hills. Now, does the game explain any of this to you? No. And actually, what it does is it kinda treats Sanctuary Hills as like the main hub for your character and a bunch of the other side characters. It basically pushes Sanctuary Hills propaganda down your fucking throat. I was developing Sanctuary Hills first and for the longest amount of time for this reason. I poured hours upon hours into Sanctuary Hills and putting all my resources into increasing the happiness meter to 100. Only, I never quite got there. Instead, Sanctuary was doomed, never reaching past 96% happiness. And when I found out why, I was basically going to have to put all this effort into restarting in another settlement. It is safe to say, I lost my mind.
Motherfucker! You drinking, licking, eating gobbler! Go yourself and your stupid fucking wasteland special bullshit fest!
After finally achieving the Benevolent Leader trophy, I figured it was time to begin my second playthrough of the game. You see, in order to achieve the Platinum for Fallout 4, you need to get all 4 of the different endings while aligning with the different factions, which is something you can't do in one playthrough without save scumming. And with my save files being more corrupt than the South African government during Jacob Zuma's administration,
Listen properly.
I thought I'd go about it the honorable way.
This event.
And after achieving some of the Brotherhood of Steel trophies, I had gotten 84% of the trophies I would need for the Platinum, so I uninstalled the game.
Hooray!
Now, I know what you must be thinking.
Alright, dude. What the flip?
Why not just get the Platinum? You're so close. And I had the exact same thought at first. Why not just grind out those last few hours? You've already come so far, it would be a waste not to finish what you started. I thought about that for a while, until I came to the realization that, yes, I could grind out those last few hours and get the Fallout 4 Platinum, or I could take that time and spend it with my girlfriend, or my cat. This is my cat. Or play a game that I will actually have fun with, maybe with my brothers, or watch a movie, read a book. Because I came to the realization that if I'm not having fun playing a game anymore, then there is no reason to keep playing. Maybe a younger version of myself would have sacrificed his own joy to achieve some arbitrary goal with no real value. But the person I am now is someone who values their time. And I have too little life to live to be wasting it trying to satisfy the impossible needs of a group of polygons who will never truly appreciate the time and effort I put into their happiness. And with that, all I have left to say is, I will not play a game that stops being fun. Bethesda, I am incredibly disappointed in you, and I hope that you clean up your act. I thank you for the countless hours of entertainment you've provided for me, but I will not play your games anymore, not until they are fun again. As for you, Todd, I hope you find what you are looking for as you sink into the dark and dirty hole that is corporate greed. The Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition was a slap in the face, and you know it, and you don't care. Good luck to you and The Elder Scrolls 6. I hope it will be better. I've been Mr. Meow, and this has been amusing. Peace out. Running land parties and mammoth-high tents, there is archaeological evidence that early humans played games together. The early man would have played games with his fellow tribesmen as far back as 10,000 years ago. These activities involve objects like spinning toys, tokens, makeshift dolls, and even the precursors to dice games using animal nuts.